Hey everyone, so today I wanted to do a video about my wedding binder and kind of where my wedding planning is going. And we've decided on a date and we've decided on our colors, and like the first preliminary list, I guess you could say, of like our bridal party. But yeah. So I just kind of wanted to show you the organization that I have going right now, and this may help other people start planning their wedding as well. So I have two items to show. The first one being a spiral notebook. This is just a spiral notebook that I got at Target, and I have like this love for school supplies or office supplies, whatever you want to call it. And so I'll walk down and I'll find something that that I like, and I'll just pick it up even if I don't have any use for it. However, this I did pick up when I was pregnant, and it was going to be my pregnancy journal. Well, I actually never ended up writing down in a pregnancy journal, so it was just this random notebook that I had, and I thought it was pretty appropriate because it's like a package with a knot, and it's like we're tying the knot. I don't know, I'm corny like that, so I just think of things like that to say, but it's like a little heart on the knot. So I thought that was kind of cute and it was appropriate, so I decided to use it. And so like my first page, I just basically have like basic information that, like, you know, you're never going to forget, but you want to write down anyway, like our wedding date and our colors, and then I have like our bridal party and our groom's party written down, but I have them covered up because I don't want anyone to see that stuff. And then our flower girl, which is obviously going to be Madison, and our ring bearer, which is going to be Ethan, which is my nephew. And then I just have some helpful websites, which is theweddingchicks.com, theknot.com, Etsy, Russell and Hazel, which I'll get in later, and the seattlewedding.show.com, which is the next Seattle wedding show that's coming up is January 7th and 8th, 2012. So the one this year already passed, so you'll have to wait to go to the next one. If you're not in the Seattle area, you can just Google it to find the wedding show that's going to be in your area. And then the next page, I just have some basic notes that I've written down, like hidden cost and a budget breakdown, which after I wrote this, I didn't really need it once I found some other resources, but that's always handy as well. And then on this page, I just have started a list of songs that I like, that could be potential first songs, or just songs in general to play at the reception. And then I don't have anything else written down. So this notebook is basically just for notes and things of that nature that I want to write down. The bigger one, well, it's not really big right now because I don't have much in it, but this is my wedding binder, and the front is very plain, but I'll probably, you know, make something cute and fancy and put it on the cover. But it's just a 1-inch white 3-ring spiral notebook, and I've just put in pens and pencils and sticky notes. I have these really cute sticky notes. You saw them in the notebook, but they're hearts, so that's appropriate. And I have page tags, little fat ones like this, and then I also have ones that are like arrows as well. And I have a 3-hole punch, so that's good for, you know, if I get papers from vendors that aren't hole punch, I want to put in there. That way not everything is just in like a folder. And then all these papers are templates, and I think there's about 52 or something papers on there. So these were really helpful, and I kind of just organized them with my little arrow tabs right here. You can always get dividers, but I didn't have dividers at the time. I may go out and get some later, but this is okay for me for now. But these templates you can print off for free on russellandhazel.com, and I'll put the link down in the description box below, or wherever the description box is going to change to tomorrow or whenever. The description box always changes someplace, so wherever the description box is, I'll put the link. And I'll put the link for the other websites that I had in my spiral notebook also down there as well. So the first page I have is like a wedding timeline checklist. And this is, you can, you know, check off things that you need, and it has it printed out, or it has it written out what month it needs to be done by. And it starts off with 12 months to go, 11, 10, 9, 8, all the way down to, I think, the day before. So that's really helpful. And it has a side over here for notes, notes over there. So it just has like check marks that you can do, and then the right. So it has, you know, 12 months to go, you need to announce your engagement. We've already done that. We have more than 12 months to go. And then, you know, arrange for your families to meet if they haven't already. Our families have already met, or the main parts of the family, so like our in-laws have already met. And, you know, it just has other things. And then 11 months to go, it says set a wedding date. We've already set a wedding date. And you can always go through and you can check off things even if you have, if you've already done it and it says, you know, you need to do that by 5 months, and it's, you know, 12 months ago and you've already done that, then you can check that off early, obviously. So yeah, that goes all the way down to, it goes all the way down to after the wedding. So it's, you know, after the wedding it says mail thank you cards to guests within 8 weeks of returning from your honeymoon. Send thank you cards to your vendors, blah, 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 blah. Then it has a bridal party contact list. So you can write down all of the contacts, phone numbers, emails, all that stuff. And then you can pass them out to everyone else. So if people need to get in touch with people, then they have a place to reference. So they're not calling you and saying, hey, what's so-and-so's number? That kind of thing. Then you have a bridesmaid fashion worksheet. So it tells you the store that you're purchasing it at, the salesperson who you talk to, phone number, address, excuse me, website, email, store hours, directions. And then it has the dress that you chose, and it has a confirmation of order. So your maid of honor can call you and tell you, hey, I got my dress. I ordered it on this date. It should be in by this date. And same thing for all your bridesmaids, junior bridesmaids, and flower girl. And then a place for all your accessories that they'll need and that kind of thing. Then it has the same thing for each. You could probably print these out for each of your bridesmaids, because it has, you know, what dress they're going to wear, their size and measurements, any alterations they'll need, and any other accessories. Then it has your bridal salon appointments, all that kind of stuff. You can go onto the website and you can see and you can print out every page that they have. It's really helpful for me. They have a lot of this stuff, they have it on theknot.com, and I may do a separate video showcasing the Knot, but for me it's nice to have things online, but it's also nice to have it written down on a piece of paper. I like to have a hard copy of it, you know, in case I can't get online or whatever the case may be. I have a hard copy, or I want to take it somewhere and show somebody and I don't want to pull up the internet, or I don't have access to the internet, or I can take it to vendor appointments and show them, you know, different things, so they can coordinate with, say you need to take it to your caterer and they need to coordinate with your reception location, your venue, that kind of thing. The thing that I most like about it is actually the let me find it here. The vendor contact sheets. And this is what the vendor contact sheets look like. Let's see if you can see it. So over here it has a place for their business cards, and on this side it has a place for all of their information. So this one is for your caterer. So you write down your catering company, if they have a website, the contact person who you're going to talk to every time. So you don't want to just call and say, hey, I have this wedding on this and this date, and I talked to somebody, but I don't remember who. It has the contact that you need to talk to, place for their phone number, their fax, their email, and their address. But honestly, if you have a business card, most of that stuff should just be on the business card, but who knows, you may not have one. And then it has a list of notes. So for your caterer, you can write, we're going to have this and this. We're going to have, you know, a beef, a chicken, and a vegetarian choice. We're going to have, you know, this and this and this. You can just write down that kind of stuff. So that is really, really, really helpful. And then it has a music worksheet. That's helpful. So you can write down what songs are going to be playing when guests are arriving, when your honored guests are coming in, when your grandparents, and then when the bridal party walks down. You can give that to whoever's doing the music for your ceremony, and then they know, and it's just a good way to be organized. And then I also have just a note, or a peachy, what is this called? A peachy, oh my gosh. That totally dated me, but like a file folder. That's what I was looking for. A folder, and this is a very sturdy, it's actually plastic, so it's not going to rip out or anything like that. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have for now. I still do have a lot of time left. We're not getting married until August 2012. I'm not going to say the official date because we haven't announced it yet. But yeah, so I still have a lot of time, but it's always good to start planning as soon as possible. I kind of wish I would have started planning earlier, so I could have gone to this year's Seattle wedding show so I could start getting ideas, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!